G'day, today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge in the mini motorways. This one is set in Chiang Mai. So we are the 25th of September. We have unlimited bridges. It's a good one for this. Double the number of traffic lights, sure. No destinations become circles. Always an interesting one. Now, giving us a double destination straight up actually is a like life's probably a little bit easier that they can't go circular. But I find that having circular ones isn't not having circular ones isn't necessarily an easy thing because the square destinations can only take a maximum of 6 sort of deliveries at once, whereas the circle ones will take more. So sometimes you can actually like sort of have benefit to just sort of like getting a higher score because you've got more stuff coming in. I'm tempted to cut this yellow house off now just to keep this a bit cleaner for what we've got going in there. Hopefully we're just going to see a second yellow house on the right. Make this a little bit cleaner. Eight traffic lights isn't really going to be any sort of benefit to anyone. Is it 8? 4. Either way, it feels like it's just going to, like, it'll give you as much as you need for the entire run of the game. I'm going to try and go a little bit wider around this guy, just because I want to give him extra space to get another yellow house nearby. I imagine too that we're going to have less houses just in general, because it's a lot of times something will turn into a double destination, sorry, a circular destination, and then you'll suddenly see a surge of more houses because it knows you need that coverage. Whereas here we're not going to need it. Second yellow house there is going to make life a lot better. You want a second blue house for the blue on the right. Or even just a different group of blue houses to attach him to. What we can do is we'll move. This goes like that. So an interesting use of space we've gotten so far on this one. I don't know how bad these square destinations are going to get as this goes on. Assumably pretty bad. Wonder how many houses I really need to manage like bad scenarios like this double destination in the middle. Maybe like 4 houses maybe? If they were as close as what their existing 2 already are. We've got this second house here. I do wonder if we should run the other way. Go up this way. But we did just get this yellow house on this side, so we'll send him that way. Okay, let's send him slightly further south. Pause for a second here and think about what we've got going on now. I think what we'll do is we'll get rid of that, send these 2 guys down that way, connect them there, get rid of that road. Then get these 2 yellow guys to run up and around that. We do have a motorway, so we can use that as an option. But then I feel like there's nowhere really to sneak that in. I'd like to just get, say, these 5 houses to run in and just do the job for both of these 2. It seems like a waste to send a use a motorway yet. that's not going to fit in unless it sort of like just clips that yellow. So let's just sort of give them a road for now. I don't like that I've got two different sets that are having to do that sort of share. I mean, at least one positive is that we've got unlimited. It's a pain too. Alright. Well, firstly, what we can do with these guys is get rid of them out of there and instead run them through... Is there a gap? We can make a gap. Run them through here. Cut that slightly lower. Okay. Then what we can do is have these two guys swing all the way up. Can't afford it, so now those two guys are going to have to be our motorway. Two pink destinations running on one, oh sorry, three houses isn't great either. I've just had to shift blue to being one guy each for these two houses on the right. And then it's 5 houses in the middle for two, and they're traveling pretty far for those right hand side blues. Just with the mindset that I don't want to... If I've only got one motorway, I don't want to use it if I don't have to. Like, it's a really long distance that I'm making those greens go, but I do think it's worthwhile to avoid having to use it. I could have had those greens come down one extra square, though. They could have just run across the roof for a lot more than they currently do. But that's such a pain to adjust because it's two bridges on the ends of that. I suppose what we could do... Oh, we don't really have the tiles available. So how we go at the end of this week. Okay, so if we went, say, backwards... and then around... that, we could then get rid of that road. There we go. And then we can fix it for a shorter one. Okay, pause for a second. Think about this. So, firstly, this guy is going to have to run this way. And this guy is going to have to run north. Can't afford at this stage. Okay, so for now, he's just going to get motorway. One, two, three, four, 5 yellow destinations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 houses. That's crazy. Okay, so I think that what I'm gonna have to do is connect yellow like that for now. Well, fingers crossed that our second house on this set of its double destinations green, so that would make life very easy. Because I did do a motorway, I don't... Oh, there we go. That works just as well. I think it's him that gets the job. When I realize these two guys aren't... Oh, goodness, we've got this one as well. Okay, so... Okay, pause for a second. Okay, so yellow also needs some help because they are struggling. The yellow help is going to be that. It gives us these guys that currently aren't being used get to also be connected to that, which is now yellow is a mess. We have problems. So green, we can get rid of this and that. And what we can do is we can put in a roundabout. Now we'll just let green and red just sort of cut across a roundabout to look after each other. We have an extra motorway, but at the moment that motorway would just be given to one of road tiles. Would just be given to one house, which it seems like is going to be what's about to happen. Let's turn that guy around. Okay, we got two. So let's drop that there and then send him there. Okay. Oh, we got another yellow house in a good spot. So see how fast this thing is going to flip out. Okay. Okay. 30 tiles. What we can now do is this guy here, we're going to send north. He is now going to become the lone person looking after that. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to move those three guys, put them that way, and then get rid of that completely. Get rid of that. Send those guys north to help him out. Perfect. There's our green. We're going to move that guy to the other side, and then we'll use these two to cover this green. Yellow house down there to help with this guy. So many red houses though. I don't understand why we're getting so wealthy in red. We can now separate these two out again as well. Speaking of, these two have never been separated. Neither of these two. Okay, we've got 26 squares. Can this go all the way up to him? It is insane that this is 700 arrivals through this thing. Like, these are, see what I mean about the no circular destinations, makes it a really weird, slow move. Alright, trying to think about what we can do here. Can that fit in there somewhere? Yes. So I'm going to chuck that way. And then what I'm going to do is break this. And those guys. I've only got four houses here, which would be doing 2 destinations. Let's cut those two that way. Let's do this way. So we're going to run these ones across the bottom and in there. So they can now cover this guy. Then we're going to run these guys along here. So they're now separate. The problem is that that's left us with these two blue guys that are now stuck. Damn, I was about to move that down. I realized I could just drop the pink line to here and drop that guy down and then allow these guys to get out and around. Ish, they would have got stuck there, I suppose. Hey, maybe. Alright, we finally got another red. So for now, we're just going to let him piggyback on there. There's enough houses there that should be okay. One of the more concerns there is that green is going to be cutting across their network. Now, when it comes to blue, these two blues on the left, both are only operating with one house each. Alright, let's get rid of that road. That guy there, and put this one here, and in fact we can give him a roundabout. We've definitely got a lot of questions to answer with blue. Luckily we're not at a point where blue's freaking out about its lot in life. I'm getting a lot of yellow down this bottom right hand corner, and some of this actually needs to go go up here for help. Okay, so these two guys, I'm now just going to have them jump up there and take care of him. There's no way that I can get this blue house to cut through and around to go help out with either of these two guys. I think over here, luckily I've been lazy. Firstly, this guy actually needs help. He needs to get some more coverage going that way. This guy we can run down and go help out there. Okay, what we need to do is we need to clear red out of the way. Our next move. So I'm going to put this there, go there. We're going to cut them across there. Move these guys as well, actually. Move this guy straight up that way. Gotta wait for some of these tiles to come back because we are constantly on a shoestring budget. I know. Just hurry up and give me this one road tile. That's all I need. Okay, yellow's going to go quickly help out this guy. Red over there, I probably should help. So let's get these guys to all cut back in that way. On here, let's place that there. This is going to be a disaster for what we've just sort of like left red to their devices. Now, while I've done that too, I also need blue to get some help. But got a whole bunch of blue down the bottom here. But now what we don't have is a motorway to connect them. Now, was there any temporary... sorry, I've also got to get these guys through. Are there any temporary motorways that I can just sort of pull out to help here? So everyone's is using what they've got. Just fix some of this stuff. So that guy's got a few more. So let's turn those two guys around for this one. Got 7 tiles, so I've got no clear system to get this done. I can connect him there and then run this guy down that way so that some of these guys can go and help out. It's not pretty though. There's a lot of problems going on there. Well, 100% this guy needs to just piggyback. I can't afford it. He needs to piggyback off this yellow here because that guy's got 5. He's living the life of luxury in terms of how many houses he's got supporting him. This blue here is a nightmare, but we already knew that. So what we've got to do now is waste slightly more road tiles getting around this guy, then have him cut down that way. These guys are slowly winning this battle. This guy is also looking after 2, and you can see they're not exactly healthy either, so we can't sort of shift the other way and sort of send more of these houses to the right. Still, what we need is blue in this vicinity, because there's 3 guys being looked after by 5 houses. So what I think we've got to do is grab this, move it to there, and then take these 2 guys, pull them down, and then send them up so that they can just connect to that network. Two blue guys here in a sort of nice place to try and get up here to support these guys. They're blocked in by that one house, but it is just one house that they're going to be sort of getting in the way of. So I don't see any harm in them going up and playing a little bit of support. Because at the same time, what we could do is run this, say, like that, if we could afford it, which we can't. And if we can get that connected, then it means that these yellow houses can come down and support this guy, and all four of these blue houses can help out each other. 5 blue houses. And you can see that these blues on this setup here are dying. This guy here, I so badly need a motorway. Because there's workarounds that I could do. So for example, these 3 yellows on the right, I could send them to the I could send them up here just via road, but I have no road. Like I've got nothing to work with here. It's amazing that I'm this deep in the game and I'm having to use every single one of my road tiles. So those 2 blue guys are connected. Can't cut these guys across. I think what I'm gonna have to do is jump this that way and just get these guys, like, just leave this guy empty for a moment. And get them to just go surge over that way. Wait till absolutely every one of them is on that motorway. And then as soon as they are, grab that motorway and send it back that way. Okay, pink here is struggling. What is your plight? You have just absolutely no one supporting you. Well, then that, I haven't connect you because I don't have 1 tile to spare. So let's make that connection. What are these 2 guys connecting to? Him. Alright, so okay, so this guy, he can connect in there. And then what we can do is we can flip this guy around too. Let's just give a quick few more guys to that setup. Yes, the 30 road tiles. Okay, so 30 road tiles here. The question is, can we run 30 road tiles all the way around the edge here? No, we can't. So we can't get to those guys yet to give me a motorway back. And the fact that I don't get a motorway here is just nightmarish. Can I run these guys across here to get them in there? Yes. So then I can connect that. Put that pink guy around too, because these 2 are in absolute disaster mode. I've got 5 road tiles. I run this guy across there to get pink to go try and cut across here too. I think we've got too many guys now connected to this middle section. We also have this guy freaking out because he still has, everyone hasn't gotten back yet. 1800. Okay. I mean, without circles, it's generally pretty low. See how that stacks up. It's pretty early in the week here, so 5 days to go. Oh, 10%. Pretty ordinary. 155. I don't know. Was I unlucky with the amount of motorways I got? Felt a little bit like that, but alright. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.